Welcome to thestockminer.com. Fed spoke, nothing happened. But the market did wander up ever so slightly today. However, look how well things held on the Dow. Now, the Dow was the weakest today. Here we go. Very interesting. For a while, Dow's the strongest. Now it's back to kind of being the weakest. We saw it not doing as well today as the rest. However, overall, bigger picture, it's done actually extremely well. It has not suffered the more major pullbacks that we have seen from some of the other indices. So you can see today up a whopping 8 points. Not a big deal, but look how well this overhead line hit. Pound it, pound it, pound it, pound it, and yeah, at the very end of the day, started to fall. So we are going to continue to watch this drop, see if this line will hold. Once again, having the right education and knowing where to put your lines, so very important. Not interested myself. I was not interested in going long the Dow at all today because of this action. Just didn't make any kind of sense to me. So far so good, holding very well. Continue to see if this will hold into tomorrow and into the end of the week. I think that'll make a big difference in where the markets might end up at the end of next week. But as it is right now, holding very well to this overhead line, and flipping to a daily, you can see, getting these little stinky little doji things again. Look at this. We've seen these dojis before. Do you think it really matters? No, doesn't really matter to me right now. Yes, topping candle. Yeah, potential topping candle. Yeah, so were these. I don't care. So right now we're just in another stall where we're just waiting as the market moves sideways. I mean, we went really nowhere today on the Dow anyway. The Nasdaq was strong. Some of the other markets were strong, but as for the Dow, going nowhere, just resting right here, waiting for that push. Now we're getting into those overhead levels where we got to be very careful. Where did we tap today? Just over the 12,000 mark. Yikes. Yeah, straight up. So 11,000 to 12,000 since we started the big jump in December. Not a bad push overall, but in small incremental moves, this is just a grinding, pounding, bleeding its way up move as we saw back in this area here. I really think once this thing starts to turn, we'll see some bigger moves come in, and big red candles will start to wipe out those little tiny white candles in the matter of just a few days. NASDAQ 60 minutes. Here you go. Big push up. 10 points, almost 0.5% by the end of the day on the NDX, and Apple was part of that again. So here it was. Right at the end of the day, we pounced over it. Look what we did today. I mentioned this as well on the hold of this 2300-ish area today, and pow, straight to the upside. So we did see a hold of this area. We did see a bounce off of it. We got up into 2320, which was kind of my overhead area for you, and stopped. So you can see that the areas of support and resistance are actually working pretty well right here. Today we held here, we moved up to here. Not a lot of trading to be done, 10, 15 points, but still very feasible to trade this now that we've broken this consolidation. Continuing to wait to see if we'll reach that 2330, back up over 2250 or 2220. Sorry, 2320. I think will get you back to that 2330-ish mark, or close to it anyway. That'll be pivotal to see if we actually break that level on this push. Otherwise, still the 20-day moving averages, guys. Nothing's changed there. NDX weekly looking very good so far, but I'm still going to wait because I'm not so sure we can hold here. Otherwise, as it is right now, it is just consolidation from the weeklies overall. SPX 60 minute also getting up, and it hit some new highs. So interesting that the Nasdaq has not done it. Could be just a matter of time though at this point. We've seen it on the Dow, we've seen it on the SPX. Broke 1292, 1296, 1295, 1296 were all entries to the long side. I said watch 1300 for overhead resistance. We hit 1299.74. So I'm telling you guys, it's like, if you get your lines in the right place and you know what you're looking at for overhead resistance and support type areas, it can make your trading extremely more simple. I won't say easy. It's not easy, but I will say it makes it a lot more simple. How about that? It would be disingenuous to claim that it was easy, because it's not. Trading's not easy. Even when you have a really good grasp of what you're doing in the markets, it's still not necessarily easy. But it is a lot more simple. How about that? Okay, so climbing up to the 13, held right there with a little bit of a pullback at the end of it. We're looking for pushes above that area coming into the next day or so, and breaks of 1300, where, yeah, really kind of 5 points for me. 1305, 1310, 1315. Bigger area, I think, being that 1310-ish, 1315-ish area, 1310 to 1320, I think, for the larger overhead area. But as it is, held this 20-day very nicely. Still looking for pushes back here. Right now, new high, so the SPX still looking neutral to bullish overall. Just gotta be careful once again in your moves. Okay, up 13 points for the week so far, so not a bad push, and up and over these highs. Once again, see where we finish for the week, but this is just consolidation as it is right now. VIX daily, it was also down for the day. Not having such a good time up here in the 18 to 19 range. We cannot break this 19 to 20ish range on the VIX. One of the reasons why, take a look at the weekly here, holding this 20-week moving average, just can't seem to push above it. Trying and trying and trying, and just can't seem to make it happen. So here we have again, since what, October? I guess December, we have not even sniffed the 20 mark on the VIX. It's gonna take some fear in the markets to push it down, and that is all we can hope for if you are a bear. You've got to hope that the bears or something happens that puts fear into the market, because right now, non-existent. Since December, not really anything much to speak about there. Apple 60-minute up again today, $2.45. And straight up, boy, once we broke that blue line, look at all the really good opportunities we had to make some money on this thing. So I hope you guys were playing along this week. We had a very good bounce. Lots of opportunities all the way up. The secret, go long Apple. That's been the tone of the week, really. Once we saw this bounce above this blue line, that was an entry. Above here was an entry. Above here was an entry. And all of them have made us money. Right back into these overhead areas of about 345-ish or so. And looking for pushes above that to finally maybe hit that overhead mark once again. We can see, though, after these violent days, things are starting to slow down a little bit from a participation standpoint within Apple. But not too bad. If you go back and look, still not bad participation. So I wouldn't be sold on this move to the upside, but I wouldn't be weaned against it either because it's Apple. It's been very, very strong. Everybody's talking 380, 400, 425, I think I've seen on Apple. Incredible estimates for where this could go in the future. Apple Weekly, right back to our overhead blue line. How pretty is that? Did I mention something about having your lines in the right place and how those can work? Okay, so this line back here, a little bit speculative when I put it in, but it gave me a great idea of where price could go. Saw this break, Steve Jobs last week with the breakdown, and now holding very nicely here. I'm looking for this thing to hold once again on any push to the upside. Even if we break above it, I'm wondering if that's not a fake out breakout to get up and over it. So, still not saying don't go long Apple. I mean, if we continue upwards, this upper area here is 350. That's still $6-7 away. Apple's got a lot. There's a lot of movement left potentially in Apple. So, certainly not telling you to short it. That's what I'm saying. Okay, out of this little bull flag here, you saw the push to the upside. Hold right at 30.50. Little bit of a push above it. You might have got burned on that one because I think I had an entry here above this area. But overall, coming right back down to rest on these moving averages. We get any further pressure up above $30.50, I'm still going with a long above $30.50. And then, of course, bigger picture, I'm still stuck on the above 30.50, below 29. I haven't changed that at all. If you got long today, I would hope that maybe you didn't hold overnight. If so, you're hoping for the best. Any pushes back up and over $30.50, good entry to the long side, but I would be very, very careful. Just keep a good tight stop. I'd put a stop 20 cents down from this. 10 cents down from this, even if you're a little bit more about the whole thing. But any breaks up over $30.50, keep a tight stop, 10, 20 cents on the thing. See if it'll run. See if you can get anywhere with it. Then I'd be looking closely right around that 31 to 31.25 range for overhead resistance there. FAZ, still waiting for breaks of this overhead blue line. It's the same stuff, different day on FAZ, and that is move up, consolidation. I like it above the 20-day. I still like it above this area here, above here, above here. All those same levels I've been talking about stand true. Below this 820-ish area, I would be looking for it maybe now to hit this lower blue line, or at least start to attempt to run towards this lower blue line again. As it is right now, consolidation's pretty decent. So above the 20, more speculative. Above $9, above $9.50. and then ultimately back above 1050 for the larger breakout to the upside on FAZ. That'll do it for today's video. I hope you guys are enjoying the new site as much as I'm I'm telling you what, I am absolutely enamored with the site. It's got so many more options to it from an administrative standpoint. Some of you are still having some troubles with it. If you are, please send me an email at newsletter@thestockmentor.com. Newsletter@thestockmentor.com. Tell me what troubles you're having. Let's try to hook up, see if we can get it fixed. Sometimes I know it wants to download the entire video. If you click on the icon or the flash version, a lot of times it'll start right away. I've tried to get that fixed. If you click on the mobile version, it tries on some browsers to download the entire video first before it plays it. So it doesn't look like it's working, but it is in the background. It's just doing it a different way. I am going to try to fix that too and get it to kind of preload and front load the video so it'll start right away and then just download as you go along, much as you see on like a YouTube or something like that. Okay, so still working on things. Hope you enjoy it. Adding a few new things here. Check out the newsletter if you haven't yet. $28 a month, and I go into way more detail than what I do in the daily. So if you're learning a lot from the dailies, you'll learn a ton from the subscribers newsletters as well. And then think about the mentoring if you're looking for the right education. That is the best way to go. That way you know what you're doing, and instead of taking a fish, you're learning how to fish. Love that. Okay, talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye.